A Halfling Sonder, Sven's Story, by Illyria Valischin. Blinking the memory away, Sven nods to Vertox and leaves quietly. The door closes behind him with a heavy click, thrusting him into the noonday hustle and bustle of the crowd. Many of the halflings enjoying the afternoon sun and shopping, while others are heading back to work after their noonday meal. His thoughts immediately jump to finding Willa, hoping that he might find her nearby and learn what he did last night. Taking a look around at the sea of halflings before him, Sven is unable to find her or anyone that would know where she might be this time of day. Sighing inwardly, he decides to head home, hoping that a quick clean-up from the night's stay in the jailer's cell will help get his mind set in the right place. Knowing the quickest route would be to head down to the fishing wharf, then back up past his father's shipping business. It would also mean less likely to run into someone he knew and have to explain his outwardly appearance. Plus, it was always the fastest way for him to get home. He knew all the little ins and outs, being able to maneuver each little blockade that was set before him. It didn't take him long to get where he wanted, and soon his parents' house came into view. The thought of getting his clothes off and a quick clean-up relieved him. It would be a short-lived thought, though. As Sven began to reach for the door knob, a familiar voice catches his ear. He takes a moment and pauses, listening to see who is speaking on the other side. As a few more muffled words are heard, he recognizes the voice at once. It is Willa's. She seems to be talking to someone that Sven now realizes is his mother. The look of desperation and defeat cross quickly over his face. Pausing for a moment, he wonders if he can just run away and come back later. But that thought vanishes quickly as he realizes it will only be delaying the inevitable. Grabbing the handle, he braces himself for the verbal lashing that he is about to receive and opens the door. Sven. His mother immediately yells upon seeing the door open. "Yais." "Yes," he says sheepishly. "What did you get into, mister?" she scolds. Looking down at his feet, a bit ashamed and unsure even himself. "I can't remember." Sven's mother heads straight for him with her arms flailing about. "Can't remember." Willa stays behind, watching the overly animated woman, her face turning a bright pink while watching Sven's mother grab the scruff of his shirt. With the cloth in her hand, Sven's mother drags him over to her. Willa tell this bumblehead what he was up to last eve. Willa's eyes shoot wide open in shock. Her mouth clenches up so tight that her lips disappear altogether. Upon seeing this reaction, Sven just hangs his head down in shame for something he truly cannot even fathom he did. They all stand there for a moment in the awkward silence as Willa tries to find the courage to speak. Her mouth opens and closes like a fish as she searches for the words. Finally, after a slight cough from Sven's mother, "Well, come on now, dear, he did it. He should definitely be able to handle his own little punishment." A look of pain crosses Willa's face as she looks down into her hands. "Well, you were a bit randy." "What did I do?" he manages to say in a slight whisper. This causes Willa to shift a bit more uncomfortably. She scrunches her mouth and then twists her hands about. Feeling more and more nervous, she reaches for one of her ringlets and begins to pull the curl straight. Sven's mother, obviously growing impatient from the sheepish way the two are handling the situation, just shouts it out. "You flaunted your manhood for her, and anyone else close by to see. You proposed endearing lovers' nights for her." With this very upfront admittance, Willa goes a complete shade of red, nodding with every word, her whole body wanting to run away from the embarrassment, as the silence falls between all three of them. As the shock crosses through Sven's mind, "Please forgive me," he says. Then, without really waiting for a reply or even an acceptance, he turns and runs up the stairs. All Willa manages to do as she watches his retreat is a soft nod. "Forgiven." Thank you for listening to my story. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.